Hey guys, I'm Chris. Thanks for stopping by. It's my first video, so I'd like to take the time up front and apologize. We'll see how this goes. But today, I'm going to show you how I built this box. It's kind of a cool little rustic scene. Some mountains, uh, lights. There's lights under here. It's kind of what you put in here, and it creates a pretty cool effect at night. So let me show you how I built this. So you can basically make it whatever you want. I used scrap 2x4s, and I just ripped them down for the smaller pieces. In the back, I used just a piece of scrap plywood I had laying around too. So I just figured we could do something out of scrap stuff laying around. Basically, you'll have 2 half-inch pieces and roughly a quarter left over. These are 8 inches for the sides. Another quarter-inch left over. These are also half-inch. We will get some glue. We'll put the pieces we don't need aside. Oh, sorry. These are roughly 5/16. These are the little pieces you'll be cutting for the scenery. Alright, so basically I'm using 1 inch pin nails. And that should hold it just fine with the glue. So I'm putting I like the knots. The more knots, probably the better for this kind of scene. It gives it more rustic. Basically, we'll just add some glue. Okay, so she does fit now. What you do is just glue it up. This one, yeah, it's about 1/4 inch. So I'll just cut a few 1/4 inch, I don't know, about a 1/2 inch wide. So here's my spacers. At this point, I'm going to, if you wanted to leave this natural pine, that's fine. But I'm going to stain mine is Western oak, and some of the scenes are Western oak. So there's only 2 stains. There's Western oak and it's called Kona. That's the darker color. But for now, I'm just going to stain this inside. So while we're letting the sides dry, we're going to start our scenery stuff. So we're going to take our smaller pieces. Like I said, these are about 5/16. Basically 2x4 width. Mountains, you can do the slopes how you want. There's nothing in particular. That's basically what I'm going to do. Like I said, we can cut these out, and you'll basically have a mirror image. Then we'll be able to move them. So you could cut these with a jigsaw. I'm going to use my scroll saw, and I did do some with the jigsaw. It's kind of a pain, but you gotta, clamp it down, and then just keep moving the clamp as you get to one end, and then turn it around. But it can be done with a jigsaw. Okay, next thing we're going to do is sand, and some more kind of slopes on your foothills. So that's what we're going to do. We'll just sand it and see what happens. basically just like that. You can see, you start seeing some texture in it. Kind of gives it like that mountainy look now. What you can do is come through, either can make some different indentations with your hand. Uh, could so you can take your coping knife, maybe cut some kind of deeper grooves in it. Depends on what you want, how granular you want to get it. This kind of gives it that kind of cool effect of depth. Here, it's kind of, so like I said, it's up to you. If you just wanted triangles without texture, just do that. So I'm going to do the rest of them. I'll work on the foothills and then just do some rolling, just some rolling indentations and kind of round these over a little bit and clean up the berths, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, so we're going to need to establish our drawer slides. Basically, this is our drawer front. This is what conceals the lights. But we need to make a stop. Alright, so apparently I had some technical difficulties. But I ended up putting these little drawer glides in. Okay. So basically, our drawer glides act as another stop. So this is basically where we'll end our little scenery, where these drawer glides are. Once you find out what kind of looks good, just kind of take a pencil and mark a spot, just barely, just as a reference. And marking these will allow us so we'll know where to put our spacers. So you see this mark here? So I'll go ahead and I'll, just so it's underneath it's going to cover it. So that's where I put the spacer. So I'll glue that, then we can stain up, rinse and repeat. See, once you put you won't be able to see that. So, and that creates your depth. So basically do your test fit, if you like it. It looks like everything should be where it's at. And so now we'll stain. I'll probably do, so I'll do the Western Oak, dark Western Oak, and then the dark Hakona. And then we'll get these and we'll let these dry. Then we'll work on our drawer front. Next is putting our pieces in. There you go. Pretty simple. Next, we're going to make the drawer front. So some right there. Then we'll just make another little foothill, and then we'll rip it and then put this piece here. Also, I want to mention these are the lights we're going to be using. Got these from like the dollar store. $1. So here's the drawer front. Here's our little slide. And then we'll glue it, brad nail it. But first I need to get the shape of the front how I want it. Then we'll cut it on the scroll saw, and then And we'll attach this and then stain it. Okay, so while this is drying, we're going to make our border. So basically I'm just going from the top to the bottom of the scenery. It's about that wide. Uh, if so, I'm going to use a scroll saw, but if you're going to use like a jigsaw, I would leave it full length so you have something to clamp to while you're cutting it. Okay, so this one's cut. So I'm just going to use this. I'll trace out for the other side. Okay, now we got both our trees. We'll just do some sanding. We'll stain it, and then we'll work on the little sun slash moon. Then we'll be close to finished. Then we'll just add the lights and should be good to go. Okay, so we're at the drill press. I'm going to use, it's an 1 3/8 hole saw. I don't have the center drill point in. I just want to leave it whole. So basically a scrap piece of plywood, 1/2 inch, and then we'll cut out the little circle. Not too bad. I mean, obviously you could do this with you can do this with a regular palm sander. Just, take a little longer, but it can be done. So that's about it. Nothing to it. I'm not going to stain it, and we'll just glue it to it. So now you want to take your drawer, and we have our little light. We're going to do some 2-way tape. Set it down, and then just press it on. Okay. Do is we'll just put these in if it fits. Oops. Voila. Get this little spray. Get some lacquer. So I did want to show you this other scene. I was coming up with it while I was doing the other one. While that stuff was drying and stuff, so I was trying to figure out how to do it. So it's a seascape with lighthouse scene. A couple noticeable differences, or notable, I should say, would be the lighthouse is 3/4 inch, and I drilled a 1/4 inch hole through the stock before I shaped it, and just to get to about as far as I could reach up. And this is a 1/4 inch, and I used the 3/16 for the top holes, and so that just gives. And I had a bigger access, so it gives me a chance to put my light up through, and it reaches up to the top. Kind of cool. And so for the room, because I'm just put the scene on the drawer part. So basically I have 2 scenes here. Just allows me bigger access to get through. And it's actually might do the other one. If I do any more, I would do that. So you have more room adjust your lights and, you know, but that's about it. So let's turn the lights on. Well, here you go. So you don't really need a CNC router or a laser engraver. You can just do this all by hand. It doesn't take too long once you get your layouts all right and how you want it. But so what do y'all think? The seascape or the mountain scene? I don't know. I can't decide. Let me know. But thanks for stopping by, and come back sometime and see what else I'm going to be doing. Bye, guys.